Hey, she's spitting a little bit. Guess who is now in the name or in the mouth pause of Mary Kay Cabot? It's Shedeur Sanders again. It's a Cleveland.com sports. Now, a lot of people I think might use an excuse of, well, Deion Sanders talked about it. Nah, Deion Sanders was asked by NFL players about another NFL player, and now the media is jumping on it. I want to point a few things out. First thing I want to point out is obviously Shedeur doesn't get any playing time. He's doing this and that. The Browns know what they got, though. The Browns are getting their clip.
Number one, Deion Sanders spilling the tea, as they say. Is it giving the tea? Drinking the tea? Hell, who knows? I don't know what the kids say these days. To hell with it. He's talking about Shedeur. He's talking about Shedeur starting.
And Deion certainly thinks that there is going to be a world in which Shedeur sets foot in a...
What if I told you the Cleveland Browns just grabbed decades of pure chaos, tossed it into a blender, and smashed the surprise button like it owed them money? Yep. Shedeur Sanders is suddenly expected to start, and the entire NFL just lost its mind. From skeptical haters to fans rushing online to pre-order custom jerseys, it's a full-on meltdown across the league. This twist isn't just shocking, it's hilarious. Cleveland accidentally turned training camp into must-watch television, and the reactions are pure gold. Every fan base has a take, every analyst is scrambling, and somehow, Cleveland might have stumbled into the most entertaining quarterback story of the year.
And I think that's going to be sooner than later. I'm not saying it's going to be the next 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't think it's going to take week 16 or 17 for this to happen. I think you're going to see it happen earlier, but by default, it's because their offense is significantly more god-awful than we suspected.
I mean, it worked itself out in the preseason, right? Like we saw Shedeur earlier than we thought because of injuries and whatnot. Like we could have the same situation happening because of their deficiencies on offense here in the regulars.
Because let's be honest, that Browns offense right now, it looks like a bad dream come to life. Imagine a playbook so broken that even if you handed the controller to a toddler on Madden, they'd probably run a smoother drive. It's that level of ugly, the kind that makes fans rethink their life choices halfway through the first quarter. People in Cleveland aren't just upset, they're emotionally robbed. Paying for those seats feels like signing up for a scam, and you can practically hear fans whispering, "Is there a refund policy for pain?" And right in the middle of this fiery mess, Joe Flacco. Yep, that Joe Flacco. The man has somehow become the Browns' idea of veteran leadership, even though watching him try to move in the pocket looks like someone dragging a refrigerator through wet grass. They actually believe this is their fix, like duct taping a cracked windshield and calling it a new car.
The Brown offense is horrible. I mean, hella bad. I mean, pick them up, drop them, throw them in a trash can bad. Joe Flacco is ridiculous. And as of right now, the Cleveland Brown coaching staff look like it's the worst in the damn league. And I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders is sitting on the sideline rubbing his hands together like Birdman because he about to get ready and come in and make history.
Spoiler alert, the only masterpiece here is the comedy show Cleveland accidentally built. And don't even start on the coaching staff. If confusion was a sport, they'd be undefeated champs by mid-season. Every game looks like a group project gone wrong. Clipboards in hand, blank stares on faces, and vibes like they're grocery shopping instead of calling plays. It's as if one morning they all looked at the playbook and said, "You know what would be fun? Chaos. Let's pick random words out of a hat and call that the game plan." That's literally what Cleveland looks like right now. Pure chaos disguised as strategy. The plays don't make sense. The timing's off. And it feels like the Browns are performing a live improv show instead of an NFL game. But here's the twist. While this circus is spinning out of control, there's one man quietly waiting his turn. Shedeur Sanders. He's on the sideline, calm.
And look how he performed. Look how he handled himself, just like you said. I mean, I was the guy who was driving me on my way up here, and he said to me, Hanford, he said, "You went out on a limb talking about this kid and how you felt about him." I said, it's just you watch him play and you could tell if you could play or not. I mean, it's just that simple. Either you can play or either you can't play. And this kid can play.
Collected, rubbing his hands together like he's about to open a 5-star restaurant while everyone else is setting the kitchen on fire. You can almost hear the football gods whispering, "Get him ready." Because let's be real, this offense isn't just broken, it's unfixable. You could pour an entire Home Depot's worth of duct tape on it, and it still wouldn't hold together. Meanwhile, the defense is out there playing like legends, locking down opponents, forcing turnovers, doing everything possible, and the offense keeps responding with, "Nah, let's lose anyway." You can't keep wasting elite defense forever without fans losing their minds. Now the spotlight's turning, and everyone's eyes are sliding toward one man.
Going to be too big for him. I just, I was having some problems and trying to figure out why we were not giving this kid the reps or some reps. I know we have a lot of quarterbacks on this football team, but to give all those guys reps and not give this kid any reps, I'm saying, what the hell are we doing over there? What's going on? And then think about it. We pretty much just threw him into the fire without any reps or anything like that. I mean, and look how this kid responds. And he's not going against the scrubs out there. No. He's going against their first defense.
The rookie. Fans are staring at Shedeur like he's the last slice of pizza at a party where everyone's starving. The pressure is building and the city can feel it in the air. And then there's Dillon Gabriel. Oh, Dillon. The so-called project Cleveland thought could survive the NFL grind. He's undersized, overwhelmed, and overmatched. Watching him try to escape defenders is like watching someone run from a tidal wave in flip-flops. This isn't college ball anymore. This is the NFL, where defensive linemen don't just want sacks. They want to make highlight reels titled "Quarterbacks Who Got Crushed." Gabriel's flaws aren't just showing, they're screaming. The experiment's over, and the excuses have run out. There's only one direction left to look. Straight to Shedeur Sanders. Even the analysts are starting to sound the alarm. Stephen A. Smith's already thrown his hands up in disbelief, questioning what Cleveland's even doing. ESPN panels are side-eyeing Gabriel's performance like it's a half-cooked meal no one dares to touch. You know it's only a matter of time before Cleveland gets forced to swallow the truth. Change is coming, whether they like it or not. And here's the wildest part. Nobody, not a single draft analyst, ever said Dillon Gabriel was better than Shedeur Sanders.
Is expected to start for the Cleveland Browns.
How about that?
Friday night in their preseason opener.
I'd be excited, obviously, if I'm a Browns fan. Like the fact that you get to see him, like that's fun. Like if you're a fan of that team, that's fun that you get to see this guy that is this huge polarizing figure, especially coming out of this NFL draft. I wonder if it's kind of a disservice to him, though.
How?
Because he's been the 4th string quarterback, like, and you're just kind of throwing him in there. I don't know.
If I'm the 4th string quarterback and I get named the starter, I want it. How do you move up the depth chart?
That's true.
Not one. This isn't revisionist history. The scouting world has been riding with Shedeur since day one. But what did Cleveland do? They looked at all the expert opinions, nodded, and said, "Cool, let's do the dumb thing anyway." That's peak Browns behavior. If there's a smart choice and a ridiculous one, they'll sprint toward the ridiculous just to see how bad it can blow up. It's almost an art form at this point. Cleveland doesn't make mistakes, they make statements in chaos. So when Shedeur finally gets his shot, it's not gonna be some quiet little substitution with polite applause. No way. It's gonna feel like a concert where the opening act finally leaves and the headliner storms the stage. The whole stadium's gonna explode with energy, like Cleveland just remembered what hope actually feels like. And you better believe Shedeur is not walking in timid.
Shedeur Sanders will be seeing the field very, very soon. Right now, I'm not the only one that believes this, because according to ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, he got time today. Stephen A. Smith told it like it is. Shedeur Sanders is about to come in because they have no other choice. Dillon Gabriel is undersized, and everybody is not looking at that. Dillon Gabriel is a little quarterback, bro. He's been playing against preseason opposition. This is the real deal NFL first teams he playing up against. These are professional athletes, bro. Not riding the bench lineman, riding the bench linebacker, secondary, none of that. No, these are all pro players. These are the best of the best football players in the world.
He's walking in like a man on a mission. That defense, which has been carrying the whole franchise on its back, will finally get the partner it's been praying for. The energy's gonna shift instantly from frustration to fire. Now fans and insiders are already setting their calendars. Week 7, week 8, maybe week 9, everyone's guessing the same thing. The flip is coming. And when it does, it won't just be about survival or sneaking out wins with last-second field goals. Nah, Shedeur's not built for that. He's coming to turn every game into a statement, to slice up defenses like he's playing chess while everyone else is still arguing over the checkerboard. These won't be boring wins. They'll be highlight reel moments, the kind that make SportsCenter look like a movie trailer. Because this league runs on quarterbacks, and without one, you're invisible.
Been keeping up with Shedeur in Cleveland. What's the best piece of advice you've given him as a dad and as a coach?
Be patient and be ready. You got to be ready when it's time. But when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up.
There we go.
You know, I got a prediction. I ain't telling nobody. I got a feeling when it's going to go down. But it's going to go down this year.
It's going to happen. All right.
Yeah, he can get a shot.
And that's all you can ask for as a player. All you can ask for is the opportunity, right?
Tell me this, because this was all over the media, because I know y'all keep it a buck. That's why I love y'all to life.
Yes.
Shedeur Sanders looks like he was made for this exact spotlight. The calm and the chaos. The swagger Cleveland's been missing for decades. Dylan Gabriel, he was a solid college story, sure, but Shedeur's got something deeper. Pedigree, poise, and playmaking that turns believers out of cynics. He's sitting in the wings, waiting for his cue, and once he steps onto that stage, one week you're watching Joe Flacco sail passes into the stands like he's auditioning for a t-shirt cannon, and the next week you're watching a rookie carve up defenses like he's been in the league for a decade. That's how fast things change in the NFL. Loyalty means nothing. Contracts mean nothing. Only results matter. And Shedeur Sanders, he is results waiting to happen. Just imagine the ripple effect when he finally takes over. The defense will breathe for the first time all season, finally feeling like their effort actually counts. The fans, they'll go from booing in misery to screaming in belief. And those TV analysts who've been hedging their takes, they'll trip over each other to say,
Deion did this week what NFL teams honestly were afraid that he was going to do. He did nothing wrong, but this is what they were afraid of. He was on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce and commented on his son, Shedeur, who's of course a quarterback on the Cleveland Browns.
We knew it all along. The Browns, those lovable chaos merchants, might actually stumble face first into a real future. And the craziest part is how fast it's going to happen. Because right now, people are still talking, still pretending Dylan Gabriel has a shot, still clinging to the illusion of a quarterback battle. But when the switch flips, it's over. Shedeur steps in, wins a few games, and suddenly everyone acts like they believed in him from day one. It'll be the most Cleveland thing ever, rewriting history mid-season. And here's the thing, he won't just win, he'll style on teams while doing it. We're talking confidence, precision, and swagger that makes every highlight reel look like a mixtape. The real question is, will the Browns wait until week 8 after Gabriel's completely exposed, or will they finally face what everyone already knows? Either way, that door is about to open, and once Shedeur Sanders steps through, Cleveland might finally see what it's been starving for. A quarterback who actually changes everything. And here's the hilarious twist, only Cleveland could manage to be both cursed and careless at the same time. After years of watching their quarterbacks implode like microwave burritos, you'd think they'd learn a little caution, right?
Shedeur's mentality, folks, is he truly believes he can be a franchise quarterback. That's what he wants to be. That's what the experts said he would be leading up to the draft. If you watch one of his press conferences, he literally said, if you're not trying to change the franchise, then don't come get me. Cleveland should be excited to have a guy like that wants to do that for your franchise. I hope the Browns give him a chance later in the year because he's confident. He showed flashes in preseason and, of course, during his tenure at Colorado.
Nope. Not Cleveland. If it looks like it might wreck the season, Cleveland's logic says, hand it the playbook. Take Joe Flacco, for example. The man's been hanging around the NFL like that one guest who refuses to leave the party 3 hours after everyone's gone home. He's still standing there, holding a paper plate, scooping up the last bit of cold macaroni salad while the lights are half off. Totally unaware the party's been over. And that's the guy leading the Browns offense right now. Someone who's still at the party purely out of stubbornness. Every time he drops back, it's like flipping a coin between incomplete pass and accidental souvenir for row 5. His pocket presence? Forget it. It's not presence, it's absence. You half expect him to pull out a map and ask, where'd the pocket go? Every snap looks like he's one helmet bump away from becoming a throwback meme. Rookie experiment gone wrong. He might have looked sharp against preseason backups, but once the real monsters show up, the all-pro linemen with arms like tree trunks, it's survival mode. Watching Dillon Gabriel line up feels the same way, like someone bringing a squirt gun to a 5-alarm house fire. There's effort, sure, maybe even good intentions, but everyone knows how that ends. That defense is going to torch you anyway, and the opposing linebackers, they can smell blood in the air. You can see it in their body language, licking their chops, waiting for Gabriel to make one mistake so they can introduce him to the turf, up close and personal. And that brings us right back to the man everyone's whispering about, Shedeur Sanders. His name's floating over Cleveland like a thundercloud, ready to burst. Every analyst worth their microphone is already hinting.
I want to see him earlier than expected because I think their offense is awful. And I think that when you have your defense that's out there playing the way that they've played in 2 of the 3 weeks that they've played, showing you how elite they can be, then you can't continue to go week to week being as anemic and impotent offensively as the Joe Flacco-led offense has been. Eventually, obviously, you're going to put Dillon Gabriel in there. He's a bit undersized, even though he's skilled, he's a bit undersized, and I think that will be exposed come on NFL Sunday. And at some point in time, the fans there are going to clamor to see Shedeur Sanders.
Or straight up shouting that it's just a matter of time. ESPN might as well start flashing arrows on screen pointing at Gabriel with captions saying, wrong guy, while circling Shedeur's name in neon. The media doesn't always agree on much, but when everybody is pointing the same direction, it usually means the writing's already on the wall. Fans can feel it too. They're booing, tweeting, making signs that say, put Shedeur in now. You can hear it in every chant, see it in every post-game clip. And that's what makes it all so entertaining. The inevitability. Everyone knows what's coming. Cleveland can try to delay it, hide behind talk about development, progress, but that pressure's building like a shaken soda bottle ready to explode. When that cap finally bursts, it's Shedeur Sanders who's gonna be the one spraying touchdowns all over NFL defenses. Even Deion Sanders has hinted at it, telling his son to stay patient, stay ready, because opportunity always comes. And when it does, you don't hesitate. You dominate. That's the Sanders family creed. They don't just show up, they arrive. And when Shedeur arrives in Cleveland, it's not going to be quiet. It'll feel like a marching band just kicked open the doors. Picture it, week 7, week 8, maybe week 9. The moment the Browns finally hand him the ball. The crowd explodes, cameras zoom in, commentators trip over their words, suddenly pretending they never doubted him. It'll be the kind of entrance that flips the whole city on its head. This is Cleveland we're talking about. A franchise that's made fans cry for decades might finally give them a reason to smile. But this isn't just a football story anymore. This is entertainment. The NFL thrives on drama, and the Browns are serving up a blockbuster. You've got the washed-up veteran clinging to his past, the undersized rookie struggling to keep up, and the hype newcomer waiting in the shadows. It's so perfect it feels scripted, like something even Netflix would reject for being too dramatic. Yet here it is, playing out in real time every Sunday. And when Shedeur finally steps in,
left tackle, and I just, come on now. I told y'all what's happening here. They're going to use him to get clicks while somehow disparaging him, while somehow making him seem like he isn't who he is. You feel me? So, I thought he was a 5th-round pick. I thought we wasn't supposed to be talking about him. I thought Quinshon Judkins. Didn't Quinshon Judkins have a great day? Isn't Dylan Gabriel QB too? Y'all don't want to talk about benching Joe Flacco? Out of all the things to talk about in the Browns world, you lost your left tackle to a season-ending injury, and somehow Shedeur Sanders' name gets put in there.
It's not just going to be about winning. It's about how he wins. Because in this league, style matters. Fans don't remember the ugly, grinded-out field goal games. They remember the ones where a quarterback walks in like he owns the moment, dropping bombs down the sideline, making defenders look lost, and pointing to the crowd after every big play. That's what sticks. Shedeur's got that energy, that calm swagger that makes everything feel cinematic. Imagine him torching a defense for 40 yards in the air, hitting his receiver perfectly in stride while the pocket collapses around him. Imagine the fans going wild as he points to the stands, giving Cleveland a taste of the confidence and swagger it hasn't felt in decades. This is bigger than football. It's about flipping the script on a franchise that's been stuck in heartbreak for years. It's about giving a city its spark back. And the timing couldn't be better. Suddenly the Browns aren't just gritty, they're dangerous. The whole league can feel it coming. Analysts are already circling dates, whispering that the switch could happen any week now. Fans are marking their calendars, waiting for that first Shedeur start like it's a holiday. And you can bet opposing defenses are secretly hoping Cleveland takes its sweet time, because the last thing they want is to face a rookie quarterback with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And once it happens, oh, the bandwagon's gonna be pure comedy. The same critics who rolled their eyes, the same analysts who swore Dylan Gabriel was more prepared, will suddenly be out here acting like they saw it coming all along. You'll see the highlight clips, you'll hear the TV spins, and the fans, they'll just laugh because everybody knows the truth. That truth's simple. Cleveland doesn't have another option. You can't waste an elite defense carrying an offense this painful to watch. You can't keep tossing Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel out there like patchwork fixes and expect mercy from the football gods. Eventually, you have to unleash the guy who was built for this moment, Shedeur Sanders. When he gets his shot, don't expect quiet progress or cautious wins. Expect fireworks. Expect stadiums shaking, cameras flashing, and defenses scrambling to figure out how to stop him. Because when Shedeur steps in, the whole tone of the Browns changes overnight. The countdown's already ticking. Maybe week 7, maybe week 8. But one way or another, it's happening. And when it does, it won't just change the Browns season. It could rewrite their entire story. From chaos to confidence, from heartbreak to headlines. Cleveland might finally have the spark it's been chasing for decades. So when that moment hits, don't just watch, witness it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because the Shedeur Sanders era is coming, and it's about to turn Cleveland football into must-see TV.